3.2. A steel pavilion at a sports ground comprises of a series of 12 steps, of which the first three are shown in the diagram below. Each step is 5 meters wide, as shown in the diagram. Each step has a rise of 1.3 meters and a thread of 2 over 3 meters, as shown in the diagram below. The open side, which is shaded on a sketch on each of the pavilion, must be covered with metal sheeting. Calculate the area in meters squared of the metal sheeting needed to cover both the open sides. So what we'll do is we'll look at one open side and we will multiply that specific value by 2 in order to get the other side as well. So ideally what we need to understand here is that if each step has a rise, so they're specifically telling you it has a rise. If the first step was 1 over 3, so for example, let's actually make a note here. If step 1 is 1 over 3 meters, then thereafter, each time it will add 1 over 3. So step 2, the rise will be 2 over 3 meters. So each time it just keeps getting bigger and bigger, and that would be 3 over 3 meters. And that's basically the pattern. So every 3 meters, you basically get a meter. So the first 3 steps is 1 meter, and then basically step 4, 5. So step 6 will be 6 over 3 meters. Step 9, I'm just showing the in-between ones, so that's 9 over 3 meters, which is 3. And then step 12, which is 4 meters, or in other words, 12 over 3 meters. All right, so that's that. And basically what our job is, we need to basically concoct our own sort of sequence here, or series nevertheless, for us to understand how much. So this will basically be a SN or a sum, a formula of the series, and our job is to kind of somehow get that pattern. Right, so firstly, let's start with the understanding that we look at each specific step individually. Right, so that each step will basically be our term. So the first step, and the understanding is that the thread is 2 over 3 throughout. So every single step has a thread of 2 over 3 meters. So if we look at T1, we have a rise of 1 over 3 times 2 over 3 plus, and then step 2, we have a rise of 2 over 3 now times 2 over 3 thread, plus step 3, a rise of 1 or 3 over 3 times 2 over 3 thread, and plus so on until we get, as we said, step 12, because I said it would be step 12, there would be 12 steps, so that's why we're stopping at step 12 or term 12, and that would be 4 times 2 over 3. So this helps us why we have the understanding that we're able to figure out what A is, we're able to figure out what R is, or even D, in other words, to understand what type of series this is basically. All right, so coming to this, let's actually figure out the value of these digits here. So this will be 2 over 9 plus 4 over 9 plus 2 over 3 plus 8 over 3. Okay, so as we can see, each time we are adding 2 over 9 each time to every single step or every single term, right? So but firstly, A is equals to 2 over 9, and if we were to work out, let's start off, if we were not unsure, we start off, okay, is it a arithmetic series? We can try this out. We can say T2 minus T1, but it's quite evident here. We can try with others if we're unsure. And we can say, okay, 2 over 3, because this could be just double. So let's just try with T3 actually. T3 minus T2. And that is 2 over 3 minus 4 over 9, which gives us 2 over 9. So that confirms the fact that, okay, it is in fact a arithmetic series. Right, so since we have those values, we can put that into our SN formula from our data sheet. And it's 12 steps or 12 terms nevertheless, so that would be 12 over 2, 2 into 2 over 9 and our, okay, in this instance, our difference and our a value is exactly the same. But don't forget that that's multiplied. And putting this into a calculator, we should get 52 over 3 meters squared. And the idea is that since it has to be for both sides, so therefore for both sides it is 2 times 52 over 3, which is 104 over 3 meters squared. And if you convert this into a decimal, it is 34.67 meters squared. There is alternative approaches where you could have looked at the TN formula and worked at different ways, but ideally this is the one that makes which is the easiest way to get to your solution.